Hey you, so in this video, is it worth flipping coins now? I'm going to be going over a few of the reasons as to why I think it is or isn't. So it's been a while. I took a bit of time off for a friend's wedding slash funeral, but I'm going to break into why I think flipping coins is still worth it and give the top 3 reasons as to, you know, my thoughts and opinions as to why I think that is the case. So to break this one straight in, I would say coin flipping, you know, currently at the moment is stagnant. The market as a whole is stagnant, and you've got individuals that are taking the safe route, and that's always going to be reverting back to wait. You know, they've seen some coins, they don't think they're doing as well right now, so wait. But if anything, you know, those savvy collectors out there or flippers out there can see this is another opportunity for individuals, and everyone's going that way. It's definitely an opportunity when you go the other way, you know, when others are fearful, be greedy, fearful, and the whole arc. So I see that right now as a perfect opportunity as to why I personally think coin flipping right now in the current dips. It's time to release this video. Gold has taken a big dip, silver's getting back down there. It hasn't gone as low as I personally would like as to when I first got in. We're seeing a lot of yo-yoing, you know, slow up, fast down. But I think the first reason would be the demand isn't as high. And when the demand isn't as high, it leaves opportunity for when demand is high. And that's going to be a lot of these new collector coins. Now, on some of the coins, the big boys, whether it's from the Queen's Beast, we haven't come around yet to the new Lunars, but those are doing as they're doing. You know, it's not like the emu came out and people just shoot it off. So those coins are doing decent, but you know, we have the tactics that the mints have employed where we're having a lot of mintages on those coins. So looking at that from that aspect there are a lot of other coins where there could be opportunities because the demand is not so high for the collector coins. I would say the demand, unless we're in conversation with the dealers and the mints, we won't know until we get mintages. But from videos and vloggers like myself, we're not seeing tongues wagging and, you know, fire sales and fast increases like we saw, for instance, on the Rwandans, where they jumped up in price in under 6 weeks. We're not seeing that currently. So there's definitely an opportunity when demand isn't as high. On the flip side of that, you could easily say, well, you know, when demand isn't as high, it's an even worse case because your coin is dead in the water. And I would touch upon that saying it does differ on certain coins. If it's a series like the Lunar Series 2, for instance, and we're down there on the last one this year, and we're at the dog, I believe it just was, that could be an issue. But for a lot of these newer coins that I'll get into on one of the other reasons in a moment, I think there's a lot of opportunity and there's a lot of coins out there. So the first reason I would give for why it's still fantastic to be flipping coins right now is because demand isn't as high. And you know, that always gives individuals that are in this for the long the opportunity to capitalize on that. So the next reason, or reason number 2 as to why I would say coin flipping is good to be doing right now, is going to be because there's more varieties than ever. You know, on lower mintages, the mints have had to do whatever they've done to keep interest going on, to spice things up within their own ranks, and they've done this with a new wave of lower mintage coins. Once upon a time we was talking 500,000 coins, now we're talking down there 15,000, 20,000, 50k. 50k is still considered large now for the new gen mintages. So looking at that with a lot of newer coins, we've seen something released recently from Atmex and other mints where they're bringing out new releases, not from the big bad boys from Perth to RCM to RM, and they're automatically bringing them out on lower mintages. So that also gives more varieties on lower mintages. Now, you may say the herd ain't here at the moment, so when they do come back in, and if you're into these coins and you're picking them up on the newer lower mintages, when the hype does come back around and, you know, the buzz and everybody's screaming for them, that coin, whichever coin that may be, could go on to do absolutely massive things. So, you know, touching upon Whereas everybody, you could easily put it like, you know, currently no one's here. And I would say that because, oh, I'll touch on that on a moment, but, you know, what goes down must come up, what goes up must come down. So I would say there's more varieties right now on a lot lower mintages for individuals. So it does give the opportunity to even capitalize even further for when the herd do come back in. So on the third reason I would give as to why coin flipping isn't dead right now and you should be totally involved in it, I would say, where was we now? Your front row. You know, right now there's a lot of coins being released. If we look at Lunar Series 1, when the demand for it wasn't that high, I don't think we're going to see the same kind of frenzy because it was a perfect time. Metals had a spike. It was a lot of interest. The rush then was damn near like a modern day gold rush. A lot of people came into it, and those that had them were able to actually capitalize. We won't see something like that. We could see bigger should we see this spike that we're all been patiently waiting for. But the opportunity you have as individuals that have been in this for the long term is that we get to see the coins come and go. When I picked up the Queen's Beast Lion Monster Box, I never knew. I did like them. I saw the potential. I didn't know that they would go on to do massively. And that's the power of a first coin in any series. You get the right first coin if you have been flipping, and it can equalize any losses that you've had from any other unsuccessful flips that you may have had, because that coin can go on to do absolute massive things. So if you're still here in the game flipping coins, stacking precious metals, you're seeing a lot of coins come and go. So, you know, if you haven't switched off totally and you may still be into it, you may want to take that on board, because we all know the first coin in the series can go on to be the best coin. But right now with the new model, with mints, with lower mintages, when we add a bit of time to that, and then you add the demand coming back, or, you know, the hype crowd, and you can go on to have a super coin on your hands. Now, this is only going to apply to those that are in for the long term, as I'm about to break in, because, you know, when you look at these types of things, there's collectors in all areas and any areas. You know, you're going to find collector things and collectors in general for anything and everything. And the way I've always seen this is, if you're a collector into the precious metals, you're on fantastic foundation. You know, you're onto something that, with take away the collecting side to it, there's two aspects to it. Then you have the precious metal side of it. You could see a dramatic spike in the precious metal side, and the collectors are still there. That will bring new collectors. So the way I view that is, you're on good footing if you're, what we are into is going to be gold and silver. I would say all of those stackers that came in under the guise of the 50k tomorrow an ounce, they've gone. You know, they've limped off into the sunset. They're in crypto land or on other things. So right now, if you're a long-term stacker, if you're in this for a hedge against inflation, you know, insurance, or your pension, IRA, whatever it may be, then you're good. You know, it's definitely something for you. If you haven't absolutely switched off and gone the safe route and only stack and wait, this could most definitely gain for you, because, as I've just mentioned, you're front row. You know, if you don't need to purchase it today and flip it tomorrow. So if you're in that comfortable position where you're able to pick up a couple of the new releases, there's definitely going to be opportunity. Once again, everybody isn't looking this direction. The demand isn't as high. You have more coins on more, you know, a lot more varieties on a lot lower mintages. So these are opportunities, whereas if you was always in this for the long game, you can absolutely gain from. So this is going to be applied to those individuals mainly. All the individuals that, you know, once upon a time saw Luna 1 or Luna 2 mouse flipping for this and got into it and aggressively flipping, they was needed at the time, and they most definitely will come back. I was picking up as aggressive back then also. I am not doing it as hard now as the whistle goes, but I would say I'm definitely seeing opportunities. And, you know, individuals have asked me if I'm still collecting and likes of, I've ventured into other areas, but you should never have it all in one area as a whole. But I'm not seeing the same opportunities as once upon a time, as I've mentioned in many other videos. But there is most definitely opportunities. I would say it's definitely not dead. If anything, the biggest opportunities are lying in wait, because I'm still capitalizing on pickups that I made in 2017. you know, so you could be picking up things now, especially if they're first, or you can see potential in a certain coin and most definitely gain at a later date. So this is going to be my top 3 reasons as to why I believe flipping is definitely not dead, and it's definitely worth doing right now, right here and now, as we have a declining spot metal price. You know, there's definitely opportunity as we see this. What goes up must come down, and what goes down must come up. It's not going to be all downhill from here. If you're in it for the long term, this is just another day in the office. There's nothing to it, you know, especially if you're stacking for weight. These lows is just you picking up more. If it goes lower, absolutely nothing's going to change from here. For me, metals is a lifestyle now. You know, I've made gains in other areas, I've shown, and I end up putting them into metals. So that's where I am with this. But the collector coins are very lucrative if you know what you're doing and you got your cap screwed on, and you can make your own little formula. There's most definitely opportunities. So it'd be fantastic to hear what coins you guys have picked up that have done okay, or which ones you feel are going to be doing okay at a later date that you're going to be flipping. So hey, we'll love it, guys. It'd be great to hear your input in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll catch you guys on the rebound.